Coffee and Coca-Cola, two great tastes that maybe taste great together. Hey everyone, Ryan Reed here. Yet again, it is another bright and early morning when I decide to try some bizarre new drink or food item that has been created. Sitting here with the Fright Film set behind me, just about to enjoy my morning cup of coffee or tea, but in this case coffee because we're doing something a little different today. Apparently, the Coca-Cola company has released Coca-Cola with coffee. Now, this comes in 3 different flavors. It comes in dark blend, which is the one I've got right here. It comes in vanilla, and it comes in caramel. Now, I wasn't able to find the caramel one right now. That being said, if I run across it before this video comes out, you can guarantee that it'll be at the end of the video. Hey, this is just a heads up to let you guys know that I did in fact secure one of the Coca-Cola coffees with caramel. So that'll be the last drink that I try at the end of this video. And now back to your regularly scheduled food review. It also comes in the zero sugar versions. I only went with the originals just because I know what Coca-Cola Zero tastes like and I know what regular Coca-Cola tastes like. So this being regular Coca-Cola, if I can taste Coca-Cola and I can taste the coffee version, I can pretty much guess what the Coca-Cola Zero version is going to taste like, because even though it is a solid soda, it does taste different than regular Coca-Cola. But that all being said, this is not the first time that Coca-Cola has tried a coffee drink. In 2006, I believe it was, they released a drink called Coca-Cola Black, and it was spelled B-L-A-K, I guess just to be different for some reason. I don't know. But it was called Coca-Cola Black, and it was released in 2006, and apparently nobody liked it. It was, from what I understand, I never had it myself, but it was a it was a coffee-flavored soda, whereas this is a mix of Coca-Cola with coffee. So they are slightly different, but obviously that was back in 2006. I think it finally left the market completely, all international markets and everything, in like 2008. So it was only around for like 2 years, and I think in the States it was only around for like a year, maybe. So it's been a while since Coca-Cola tried the coffee market, but I think with the success of their Coca-Cola Energy that came out a while ago, I'm guessing it's a success because they're willing to try something different. They wanted to go with this route and try out the coffee drinks, which I think is a smart move. Coca-Cola has a very distinct flavor of all the pops, and especially the cola flavored pops. It's probably the most distinct to me. You know, there's always the argument, Pepsi or Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is always a little bit more bitter, but that's the wrong phrasing. But it's just kind of got like a more bitter aftertaste. Pepsi's a lot sweeter. But I think the flavor of Coca-Cola will actually go really well with coffee. The good thing about this too is even with the regular blend, it's only like 70 calories, which ultimately is not too bad considering some of the drinks at Starbucks are like crazy high calories. And as far as caffeine content goes, if you're someone who's sensitive to caffeine or something like that, it's got, I think I read, 69 milligrams of caffeine, which if you are used to drinking regular Coca-Cola, I think regular Coca-Cola has 59 milligrams of caffeine for a regular 12-ounce can like this. It's just the tall version, but it's the same amount of ounces, fluid ounces. So it's really not that much different. It's just got a little bit of that extra coffee caffeine. So yeah, without further ado, let's try this out. Like I said, this is the dark blend, so I'm guessing this is the one that doesn't have any added flavoring or anything. It's just purely coffee with Coca-Cola, which is why I figured we'd start with this one. Also, just because I felt like waking up with a regular coffee roast, sort of. So you know, you kind of have to be in the mood for a flavored coffee. At least I do. So let's try this out. Okay. Now, I can't say that smell immediately is completely appealing, being honest. I've actually tried this before. I've heard that people mix pops with coffee. And so I tried it one time. I think I mixed Dr. Pepper with coffee. And it wasn't bad. I just wanted to try it out, and I will say it wasn't terrible, wasn't bad. The problem with it is the same kind of problem I'm getting here. These first couple of smells, it's like something's wrong with your Coca-Cola, if I'm being honest. Because you get the like that sweetness of the Coke, but then that like bitter strongness of the coffee hits you, and it's like, oh, did someone leave the Coke? Did the Coke go bad? Like, what's going on with it? And So once you kind of settle into it and accept, oh, it's coffee, it's not bad. But I think it's one of those things where like the smell, if if you want a Coca-Cola, you're gonna smell it and you're gonna think, oh, it's something's wrong with it, it's bitter. If you want coffee and you smell, it's gonna smell too sweet. That doesn't mean it's gonna taste bad. That's just my initial smell. All right, so let's actually try this now. And just as I expected, it actually works. Okay, so that initial smell aside, I think that's just a sensory overload thing. That's just that we're all used to how Coca-Cola smells, and we're all used to how coffee smells. When you mix the two, and it's something in your brain goes, "That's not right. That's not right. Don't what are you drinking? Don't drink that." But the actual taste is fantastic. That is at least this version, the dark blend, is a fantastic blend of exactly what I wanted out of this. It's not quite an energy drink, so it's not going to be, overly caffeinated. Where again, if you're sensitive to caffeine, it's probably going to make you jittery anyway. But it's not going to be like crazy high amounts of caffeine. It's a good blend. It's perfect for somebody like me. If you sometimes I've tried to cut most pop out of my diet, honestly. Just, as best I can. Every once in a while, of course, I still get a pop or something like that. But I've tried to be a lot better about it. But some days you're craving pop and you want something sweet. Some days you're craving coffee. You want coffee. Sometimes I'm in between where it's like, I want coffee, but I kind of want something sweeter. But I don't want to, just put cream and sugar in my coffee. Like, I just want some... This is perfect for that. It's just a great blend of flavors. And like I said, that kind of, I hate to use the word bitterness when I'm talking about Coca-Cola, maybe spiced. I don't know how you describe it. The very distinct Coca-Cola flavor matches very well with their coffee flavor. This is a fantastic, if you like a dark roast and you kind of want something a little sweeter with it, but you don't want like an artificial flavor, give this one a shot. This is fantastic. It is a great blend of flavors. Everything works really well. So far, A+ for the Coca-Cola Dark Blend. I'll be back later with the Vanilla Roast.
Day 2.
Okay, next day, next drink, crazier hair. I woke up this morning and it's all over the place. But that doesn't matter. It's not what we're here for. We're actually here to try the vanilla Coca-Cola with coffee. So this one, I'm curious. I think it's going to be obviously a lot sweeter. I'll be interested to see if it has that vanilla Coke flavor. In which case that will probably work fairly well. I really enjoyed the last one after I finished that yesterday. I was like, I would drink a lot of this, the dark blend. So we'll see. Okay, so immediately this one doesn't have that coffee smell. The one yesterday I was saying the first initial smell was like, oh my gosh, there's something not quite right. But it tasted amazing. And once I got used to the smell, it didn't bug me. And once I knew what it was, but this one, literally, unless there's something wrong with my sinuses or something, this one I literally smell nothing but Coke. I can't even really smell the vanilla in there. Yeah, no, it smells like a Coca-Cola. So that's interesting. So right off the bat, I mean, I guess points for that if you don't like the smell of the other one. Again, I kind of like the fact that it tasted like coffee and Coke. So we'll see what this one tastes like. That one's not bad. That's not a glowing review, obviously. Okay, so this one's interesting. At least as of right now, I'm not really getting a lot of that vanilla. Well, no, there's it's got more of an aftertaste of the vanilla flavor. It's not like a vanilla Coke. You have a vanilla Coke, and it's very sweet because it's the Coke, which is already fairly sweet, mixed with pure vanilla, so it's inherently sweet and kind of after a while, if you drink enough of them, kind of sickening. This is it's kind of like the vanilla kind of gets washed away between the Coca-Cola and the coffee, but the thing, because it's got the vanilla, is the coffee's way less strong, so it's more of a subtle hint of coffee, and I am kind of getting some of that vanilla flavor, more as an aftertaste. Oh, let me try again. Yeah, this one's not bad. It just I'm not getting as much of that. Like I was really expecting it to kind of be a punch of coffee, punch of vanilla, punch of Coca-Cola, and like the three kind of blend really well. Instead, it's kind of like the vanilla gets washed away a little bit. It's still good. I do still taste the vanilla, but if you're expecting to go and be like, oh, it's like that pure sweetness of vanilla Coke with like the strongness of coffee, like the dark blend had, it's not that. It's much more kind of like a Coke with like hints of vanilla and hints of coffee, um, which is fine. But when I want like a coffee drink, I really want that coffee flavor, and so this one is kind of missing a little bit of that. As far as like health goes, it's the same. It's 70 calories, and the caffeine is exactly the same. So like if you prefer this one, you're not. There's nothing wrong with that. You'll be able to kind of get the same kind of energy and calorie stuff, all that jazz. It's less defined in its flavors. You're not getting, because they added the vanilla in, you're not getting that strong Coca-Cola and strong coffee flavor. But it's not bad. I think if you're a fan of the vanilla Coke, and you're kind of like iffy on coffee, but you kind of or you want like less of a strong coffee flavor, this would be the way to go. It's not bad at all. I do enjoy it. But if like it's between the dark blend and this one, chances are 9 times out of 10 I'm probably gonna lean to the dark blend because I'm going specifically for that type of drink. But every once in a while I could see myself wanting something a little sweeter, but still with that kind of like hint of coffee to it. And this would kind of meet those requirements. So, all right, well, we'll finish this one up today, and we'll be on to the caramel tomorrow.
Day 3.
Alright, if you've stuck with me through this whole video, you know that there's only one Coca-Cola with coffee left, and that is the caramel flavor. Yeah, I was able to find this, which is awesome. And so far, we're kind of like 50-50 on it. We got good, at least for me, personal taste, different for different people. But for me, the dark roast is the best one, and then vanilla is so-so. But let's see where caramel lands. Now, honestly, even though I know there's a lot of like caramel coffees and stuff, this isn't a flavor I would have anticipated, maybe like a hazelnut or something, but I'm sure caramel was probably the easiest one to kind of replicate. Okay, so this one smells a little bit more like the dark blend or dark roast, whatever it was called. And I like that. Now, I know I said in that portion of the video that at first it was like, whoa, what is this? But after having the vanilla one, smelling this one now, I now know that that's what these smell like, that they're going to have that kind of like strong coffee, but also Coca-Cola smell. And it's kind of starting to grow on me now a little bit. So the fact that the vanilla one didn't have that was a little disappointing. So this one smells a little bit more like that, which is good. I think that's a good sign, actually. So let's give it a shot and see how this one tastes. Yeah, that one's good. I think that's the second best one. So this one is let me see if I get a little bit more of the caramel flavor before I make a final decision on that. Yeah, this one is good. Now, here's the thing. Coca-Cola already kind of has that caramely flavor, like a little bit. I don't think there's actually anything in there. I know they put like caramel coloring, but I don't think that adds any flavor to it. But you can kind of see it's kind of reminiscent of that butterscotchy sort of flavor, at least to me. And that's why it took me like a second sip, because this works really well because that caramel flavor is just kind of turned up a notch. And the coffee is more prominent in this one than it is in the vanilla. In that regard, it's fantastic. I like the fact that the coffee is really strong. I like the fact that the Coca-Cola is still really strong. And the caramel is coming through. Now, the caramel comes through in different ways. It was more of kind of like how the vanilla was an aftertaste. It's kind of what I'm getting with this one. It's kind of like a Coca-Cola up front, and then you get this wave of this like caramel coffee flavor. And it's just really, it all works really, really well. I don't know if I'd rank this one above the dark roast or the dark blend. Just because I think when it's caramel specific, I think I really want like a punch of that caramel flavor with it. And it's more subtle than that. It's still really good, and I think this is an incredibly close second in my opinion. Like if it was between this and the dark roast, on depending on what day I might have it. If someone offered me all three of them, vanilla would be last. In fact, I'd probably rank them with the dark blend, the caramel, and then vanilla for my personal tastes. And so if somebody was like, hey, I've got the dark blend or the caramel, it would really be flip a coin. What am I feeling that day? Do I want that hint of caramel, or do I want like a really strong coffee flavor? But if somebody was like, hey, I got caramel and vanilla, it'd be a no-brainer. I'd go with the caramel. Or if somebody's like, hey, I got the dark blend and the vanilla, again, no-brainer. So this is a really, really strong second, and this is one that I will drink again. In fact, I've kind of started to really enjoy these, which is kind of dangerous because I've, again, been cutting as much soda out of my diet as I can. Lately, I've been drinking a lot of it. So these are dangerous for me, but in terms of actually being good, they're fantastic. I think 2 of the 3 are great. I'd be curious to see how the Coke Zero flavors are. I don't think I'll do a video review on that unless you guys really want to see one. If you want to see how the Coke Zero flavors taste compared to the actual original flavors, let me know. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll do a video on that. Otherwise, I think I'll kind of, just leave it as is. I think overall, again, my ranking is just like the regular coffee, then caramel, and then vanilla at the bottom. Not that vanilla was bad, but it's just the one that I think just didn't kind of gel together the best. But if you're someone who doesn't like a strong coffee flavor, you'd probably rank them the opposite. You'd probably like the vanilla on top of that. But anyway, that's beside the point. Yeah, so I'd be curious to see how the Coke Zero tastes, just because Coke Zero tends to be like kind of that, it's got that sweeter artificial flavor to it. So I'd be curious to see how that works with the coffee and see if my rankings would change. But as it stands, just the regular flavors, I think this is a pretty big success. I think Coca-Cola really actually hit it out of the park this time. I mean, these are drinks I would drink regularly. I think if I was out and about and I needed like a coffee, but I didn't want to be like, I didn't need like a 300 milligram of caffeine energy drink. Like I didn't need something that strong, but a little bit of a pick-me-up. I would go for these if they had them. These are really, really good, and I hope they continue to make them. I hope they sell well. So check them out. So hopefully they keep making them. But let me know, did you try all the Coca-Cola with coffee flavors? Which one was your favorite? Did you also try the Coca-Cola with coffee, Coke Zero version? Did you prefer those? Let me know all that in the comments down below. Also, if you want to see more videos like this, I've got plenty of food reviews on the channel. You can also check out all of the other stuff I've got on the channel, like the impromptu reviews or just movie reviews off the top of my head. You've got Fright Films, which is my horror movie analytical show, and hopefully I'll be getting some more episodes of that out soon. Plus, I've got some artwork videos that I've been working on, all kinds of stuff on the channel. So if you want to see all that stuff, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what you enjoy watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.